In this video, I'm going to show you the #1 tactic that I use across all of my businesses to generate 50 to 100 predictable leads every single month. It is called a VSL, or a video sales letter. No, this is not a new tactic, but I promise you, if you've tried to do it before, you're doing it wrong, and the way that everybody is teaching it is wrong. So in this video, I'm dipping into my private stock of training for my high-ticket consulting clients, where we make them do VSLs to help them generate more leads. And I'm going to take you through step-by-step the deck that I present to them. They pay me over $20,000 for this work. I'm giving it to you for free. I'm going to show you how to ideate and how to construct a VSL that generates leads for you like nothing else that you've ever done before. So let's get into it. As promised, I'm going to take you through step by step from this exact same deck, this presentation that I use for all of my high-ticket consulting clients. I literally teach them how to create their own VSLs in-house because it is such a powerful tool, and it's not something that we as an agency can do. It's something that you as a business owner or somebody internally has to be able to get on camera, whether it's screen share, whether it's direct camera like this, and really give a good presentation that solves a specific problem that your prospects are having and then leads seamlessly into a call. The reason why so many ad campaigns specifically fail is because they try and go from cold traffic into becoming a lead or becoming a customer without anything in between. I always liken a VSL similar to what a timeshare model is, right? If you're not familiar with a timeshare, these timeshare companies, what they'll do is they'll have like condos in Aspen or something, right? They'll give you like a weekend or a week free, but they make you sit through an hour or 2 hour presentation about buying into a timeshare because they know they're willing to give up all that cost, fly you out, put you up for free, because they know that if they can get you to sit through that presentation, that they're probably going to get you to buy and they're going to be profitable on the entire campaign. A VSL is very similar. You're asking people to buy in to get their email without becoming a customer, because if you can get somebody to watch a 10 to 20 minute video that really breaks down their problem and how you would attack that and solve that, the likelihood of them wanting to become a lead or warming them up to become a lead is drastically improved. VSLs really are that missing piece of a funnel that so many companies struggle with in order to generate leads using paid traffic. So I always refer to a VSL as a micro conversion piece of content, meaning the audience just needs to give their email address or phone number in exchange for access to the content. VSLs are very similar to webinars, except they're shorter and much more focused on a specific topic. Webinars can cover vast topics and take 30 minutes, 2 hours to really get through the material. A VSL should aim to solve a specific pain point in 20 minutes or less. My spots for VSLs is usually 12 to 20 minutes, somewhere in that range, and we're going to talk about how to put it together. But the key here is solving a very specific pain point. And the deeper key to that, so if you've done VSLs and they haven't converted, is not being overly salesy. We're not just saying, hey, this is what we do. It's really understanding what their problem is and putting together a solution that kind of sells your service in the background. And we're going to unpack that more as we get through this presentation. So specifically, I'm going to cover 4 things in this presentation that's going to help you put together killer VSLs. First, we're going to go into a little bit of an overview. We're going to talk about how a VSL fits into your overall marketing plan. I'm going to run you through some examples. I've got some actual videos that you can take home and look at. I'm going to then run you through our 4-part VSL formula for how to create high converting VSLs, and then how to script them out, how to take and create your VSL step by step in the scripting process that we teach all of our clients. So let's start by taking a look at the overall VSL process and how that fits into your overall marketing ecosystem. So I've got a very high level process here, and I'm going to run you through it. So it starts with a traffic source. We run paid traffic to it, Facebook ads specifically, YouTube ads specifically, some Twitter ads as well. Just really the best source of traffic to get cheap eyeballs onto this offer. We run that traffic directly to a landing page. I'll show you some examples in a minute. And then on that landing page, we put together a really good offer with a good headline that really entices people, and we make them opt in order to get to the content. So our VSL forms, they either have just email or an email and phone number, or just phone number. And this really depends on the strength of your sales team. If you got a good sales team combined with a really good offer from a VSL that people have a lot of interest in and they're willing to give their phone number, putting a phone number is always the best. And what we like to do is have our sales team bring these leads up within 10 minutes of submission. That means our sales team has their email open, and when they see these leads coming in, they give them a call right away. On that call, it's not a sales call. It's just a, hey, my name is Ryan. Just saw that you opted into our VSL. Just want to introduce myself. If you need anything, I'm here. This is my phone number. You can text me. Once you get a chance to actually go through the video, hit me up. If you have any questions, I'd love to talk you through this process. This is a very strong touch point that will much easier nurture people into actually booking a phone call and becoming leads. So also, once we get that email, we send them to an auto sequence via email. We use ActiveCampaign. It just strips out 7 emails over a 7 to 10 day period, reinforcing the value propositions within the VSL. And I'll talk about that more in a second. So after they opt in, they get redirected directly to the VSL watching page. It's the videos hosted there, and there's a big button on that page that says book a call. And this is the macro conversion, right? So we call this a micro conversion. The VSL, like I said, we call the macro conversion the main goal, which is to book a call. So what we have here is we have traffic flowing through, opting in, right? They're getting a phone call if you have it. If not, not a big deal. They're getting the VSL. Once they watch this VSL, and if we can get people to watch this VSL, we know that if the offer is good, they'll become a lead and actually, potentially become a client of our services. If not, they're getting an auto email drip sequences that reminds them to go and watch the VSL, and then also sending in value propositions with a later call to action to book a call. So what we're doing here is we're pushing all this energy down here towards this macro call to action, and we're using this video right here in the middle to take cold traffic, right, with an interesting offer built on their pain points, getting their contact info so we can follow up with them in different ways. But ultimately, we just want people to watch it. It's just like the timeshare model. We know without a shadow of doubt, if you put together a really good video, then they're going to want to talk to you more. So a lot of marketers get hung up on the front end costs of trying to get people to opt into the VSL, but the key here is just getting people to watch the video. If we can get somebody to watch the video, I'm telling you, not only will they be more likely to become a lead, but they're going to be more likely to become a customer because they're going to have gone through and understand exactly what it is that you have to offer them before they waste time on a call. So the quality of the lead drastically goes up after they watch this video, and they're very hyper warmed up to have that conversation with a salesperson. I'm about to show you some examples, and if you want to get the actual examples, all you have to do is a link below, sign up to my newsletter. I will email you these examples so you can see them on your own time, not just on the deck that I'm about to present to you. So this is just an example of an ad that we're running. Again, if you want to see the ad, just drop your email below. I'll send you access to it. Run that to a landing page. Same thing here. There's a link to this landing page. You can check it out. Ad targeting a pain point to a landing page, reiterating that pain point with a button to opt in. After they opt in, they get automatically redirected to the actual video here. This is the VSL. This one's about 14 minutes long. And then after that, we then drive them to a call booking page on a Calendly. There's a big button underneath this that just says book your strategy call. So now that you have context for the entire VSL process and how it fits in, now let's go into the specifics of the VSL formula. This is what we follow, really not just for VSLs, but anything when it comes to our marketing. It's a very specific, we call it the problem agitate solution framework. It absolutely crushes it, whether it's for copywriting, script writing, blog writing, podcasts, YouTube videos, everything. It crushes it, and especially for VSLs. So again, the formula that we follow here, we follow this not just for VSLs, but for all content and copywriting. We like to hook with a problem. That's part number one, is that we have to understand what our customers' problems are, what their pain points are. I've got other videos that go into detail about offer design. You should definitely check those out. You have to understand problems. If you don't understand what your customers' problems are, none of your marketing is going to work, whether you want to do a VSL or TikToks. If you don't know what their problems are, you'll never be able to get their attention and really hook them and bring them in and get them to take you up on your offer. So that's step one. So we want to really identify a problem, a specific problem for the VSL. Then we want to agitate that problem. For example, if you're a gym and the problem is, you want to get in shape for summertime, right? That's the problem. Want to get in shape for summertime? Boom. Agitating that problem is just adding a little bit of fuel to the fire, if you will, just nudging them a little bit. Beach season's coming up. You want to impress that, new girl or that new guy, whatever that may be. We want to agitate it a little bit, right? To really ruffle their feathers and get that emotion, that energy into them, because emotion and energy is what ultimately drives action. We want to get them to book a call. We don't want to just state a problem, right? So we agitate the problem, and then you present your solution, right? You build your case, and then at the end of it, we just end it with a call to action, right? So this is literally our copywriting framework. Any sort of offer that we build, we go through this process. This is kind of like our messaging communication process. But when it comes to VSLs, it's a little bit different, right? So if we're writing a piece of copy for LinkedIn or for Facebook or something, we write a hook, right? So for example, if I'm talking to design agencies, it's one of the audiences that we're targeting with the blueprint training. The problem is that, hey, you don't have recurring revenue. You only offer project-based work. So want to add recurring revenue to your top line? agitate the problem, like, we're coming into a downturn, recurring revenue would be really important for you. Present your solution, our offer, which is to learn SEO and offer SEO. And the call to action is, book a call, opt into our VSL, whatever it is. So that's an example of it, right? Now, when it comes to a VSL, the main difference here is we want to elongate the solution part of it, right? So if we're writing an ad or a piece of copy for LinkedIn, that's only going to be a couple hundred words. The solution is just, hey, offer SEO. But with a VSL, we really want to elongate the solution part here. So everything else here can stay the same. And this is why this is so malleable and it works so well, is because we can take the same framework and apply it to a ton of different things. But with a VSL, we really want to elongate the solution part here. So when you're building your VSL, right, this is what we want to focus most on. We still have the problem, right? The solution is going to be built on this problem, and the agitation and the call to action is going to stay the same. But we're going to do a 10 to 15 minute presentation on your solution. How can you help them solve this, right? So instead of just saying, hey, offer SEO, right, for a web design agency. So again, let's go through this again real quick. So, hey, the problem is you have no recurring revenue. You work only on project basis. It's very dangerous, cause you a lot of anxiety. You have to constantly, the agitation, you have to constantly hunt for new leads. If we hit a downturn, you have nothing that's going to safeguard you against that. You're going to have to fire people. That's all the agitation. Solution is offer SEO. So instead of saying offer SEO, we have to expound on that a little bit. We have to show them how to offer SEO. So within that, we teach them our very three-step simple framework: technical SEO, content, and links. And we build that into the solution here. And then that's a much seamless, more pitch for a call to action to, hey, book a call and we can show you how to map this out for your agency. So this is key here, right? Is the solution here. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Is that we don't want to just get in here and say, we do this. It's here's how you can do this, but hedging on the fact that they're probably not going to do it. It's too much work, or you have an intrinsic knowledge that they don't have, or intrinsic people that they don't have to actually do it, which then lends into your pitch and into your offer. So this next slide here, I've got some examples you can take a look at on your own time. Again, make sure you opt in below. I will send you this exact deck so you can see all these blue links. You can go through and actually watch these VSLs on your own. But just real quick, the best VSLs, again, what they do is they give more context to the solution, right? It's easy to just say, hey, I offer SEO, or hey, I help people get in shape at the gym, but really getting into your specific process. What is it that you do that stands out from the rest? This is your chance to sell without selling. This is your chance to sell through helping. This is your chance to sell through value. I'm telling you, people will want to work with you, right? Even if you're an attorney, for example, if you're just like, yeah, I do DUI offense. But if you go through and you talk about your process, if you go through and you talk about how you've helped people in the past, you literally break down how you help people. This is our approach, our proven approach to helping people do X, to solving this problem. This is your time to really showcase what you can do. And again, the key here though, and the masters of this aren't just like, this is what we do. We always frame it through their eyes. This is a problem that you're having. This is how you can solve it. And I'm going to show you how to solve it based on how we've done it for 1,000 other agencies, or 1,000 other clients, or 1,000 other people that have come through our gym, right? So again, we're not selling ourselves first. We're selling ourselves through the scope of the problem that they are having, and also the reason why the problem that they are here and opting in and actually wanting to watch our video on how to solve this. Now we are finally into the 7-step process that you can replicate to build your own VSL. I'm just going to run you through these again. If you want the deck where you can really get into detail with this stuff, I don't want to make this a 2-hour long video. Link below, newsletter, sign up, you'll get it and you can read through it on your own time. So I'm just going to breeze you through these 7 steps for how to create your own VSL on your own. So the first step here is to ideate topics and angles for your VSL. Now, again, this is all going to root from problems, pain points, and also the offers that you have, because obviously we're not going to put together something that you actually can't help them with or you can't sell them into. We always want to make sure that we have an offer to sell them into. I'm going to run you through this for the example from an actual client. So this client, what they did is they're a software company, right? And they identified a problem in the market for high school football programs, that they were not really able to offer high school weightlifting programs because of budgets, because of not having a strength coach. So they built a pretty low cost solution in terms of software that they then sell to high schools for, $1,000 for the year. And they can get access to very advanced workout programs for high school football teams and wrestling teams and all that stuff. So what we want to do is start with a macro offer and then work our way back into the micro offer. So macro offer being your main kind of call to action, your goal: book a demo, schedule a working session, contact us, whatever that is, right? Your macro offer that leads into somebody actually becoming a lead. We want to work backwards to develop that micro offer. So for this one, the macro offer is an off-season workout programming session for high school football coaches. And you can see what we did here too. We didn't just call this a demo, right? We inherently made this have more value because we want more people to take action on this and book this call. If we're just like, yeah, book a demo, that just assumes that people are all the way down the funnel and that they already know what you do and they want to potentially use your software to do that. Instead, what we want to do is make this have a little bit more value in terms of a macro offer call booking. So we're going to do a programming session, right? And with that programming session, we're going to use our software. So it's essentially a demo, just phrased in a way that's much more offer friendly to bring people in. So in terms of developing the micro off the back of this, right, how to build an off-season workout program for high school football in 1 hour or less, 7 drills to increase high school football speed and agility in the off-season, how XYZ high school football program broke school records in the off-season. All of these are VSL topics, right? These are all micro offer topics, and you can see how all of these drill into a pain point, right? How to build an off-season workout program. This is a huge thing with this company, is that most football programs don't even have an off-season workout program, or they don't know how to build one. So we're just going to show you how to do it, right? In 15 minutes or less. And I'm going to show you how to do this in 1 hour or less. This is always a nice little kicker to get people to take action. People want things fast. People want them now. They don't want to have to do it over 12 weeks. The quicker you can do this, the more it's going to convert and the higher it's going to be. 7 drills to increase high school football speed and agility. So this could be very simple, or just kind of like a very high level roundup of different things that they could do. And then this one is more of a case study driven one, right? So this is what we want to start with, right? So let's go with how to build an off-season workout program in 1 hour or less, right? So literally this lends perfectly to our macro call to action, which ties in perfectly to what they do, right? This company literally builds off-season workout program for high school coaches. It satisfies an offer that the market has, but people don't know about it. So we use this macro offer to make it more about them. Here's how you can build your own workout program in 1 hour or less. And that's what the focus of the video is going to be. Step 2 is just creating a hook. So this is going to be the attention grabber. So we want to try and shock and surprise, really hook people in. And we want to highlight the issue and problem that we want to do here, right? So an example of a hook here could be: a winning high school football program is established after Thanksgiving. While each game might decide the outcome of your record, the battle is really fought in the weight room and on the practice field. So what have we done here? This hook, it qualifies people, winning high school football program, and it also sets us up to start getting into the solution and start to agitate this a little bit more. So we always want to try and get at the emotional level too, right? We don't want to just say, hey, like, want an off-season workout program? If we can tie into stories, if we can tie into pain points, if we can tie into emotions, right? A winning high school football program. If you're a losing high school football program, that means something to you. And we also just kind of want to seed our offer that, hey, a winning high school football program is built on the practice field in the off-season, aka right now. So you can do something right now to help solve that problem. Hook writing, honestly, is a really challenging thing to do. It's not easy. And this is definitely something that you want to test at the ad level and the copywriting level. Write as many of these as possible. It goes a very long way. So of course, next what we want to do is we want to agitate this problem. So we've got the topic, we've got the hook, right? A way that we can just agitate this very simply is just really, again, playing on the emotions of saying, hey, everyone else around you is doing this. You're falling behind, right? All the other programs around you are getting bigger and faster and stronger while you're doing nothing, right? This is on you, the high school football coach. This is on you to help your team get better. They can't do it without you. So it's up to you to take action, right? So we're really dramatizing this. We're really drilling into this pain point of, FOMO, of people around them getting better, of drilling into competitors, comparisons, all these different things is really how we can agitate this problem pretty easily. Step 4 in the process is establishing credibility. People need to trust you, right? It's very difficult when you're giving a presentation if you don't introduce yourself and tell why people should listen to you, right? So you've hooked them, you've agitated their problem, we've clearly identified that problem. Now, why should people listen to you, right? Why should somebody watch the rest of this video? So you want to try and position yourself as somebody trustworthy, providing as much social proof as possible. So, I wrote this out for the client. My name is Sam Breslin. I'm the co-founder of Platform Athletics. Over the last 4 years, we've helped 2,000 schools create proper off-season workout programs despite having no budgets, no dedicated staff, and little resources. I'm also a high school football coach myself, where I've led my team to winning seasons over the last decade. All right, so again, we're just introducing ourselves and also establishing credibility. Things we can do with that is like logos, again, case studies, screenshots, anything that we can do to say, hey, I've identified your problem. I've clearly gotten you a little bit excited about it because you're still here. Now, again, let me tell you why you have to listen to me, why you should listen to me, why I am qualified to speak about this and to teach you about this problem that you're having. After that, we just get into the solution, right? So again, this just comes as a natural step. This is the meat of what we're doing here. Again, we've hooked them, we've agitated, we've stated credibility. Now we're just going to the solution, which again, as I showed you that slide before, this is the meat of what we're going to be talking about. We're just going to walk them through an entire off-season workout program and then teach them how they can build it them for themselves. So step 6 of the VSL is it's time to make our offer, right? So gone through, we've presented them solution. Now we're going to make the offer, which is to go back to the first slide, which is, hey, now it's time for you to book. Like, hey, we've got limited availability. Why don't you book a call with one of our growth specialists, with one of our high school, strength and coaching conditioners, and we can talk about your program. We can talk about the problems that you're having and why you haven't been able to build this yet. So again, we're making it about them. The offer is about them. Claim something free. Another one that we use at our agency is to get a free traffic projection analysis to see how much traffic you could be getting. So again, your offer needs to be something that's not just like, hey, book a demo. Let me show you what we can do. It still needs to be about them. Keep in mind where they are in this journey. They saw an ad, they're watching a video, they still don't know who you are or what you do. So we need to make sure the offer is about them, not about us. But of course, there needs to be a tie into your sales process. We don't want to just completely waste time, be like, hey, yeah, why don't we draw you or your own high school football program and then just have them take that and walk away, right? You need, from a sales perspective, be able to figure out what this offer is that's going to provide value to them, but then also lend value directly into your sales team and make it kind of a no-brainer to take you up on your offer. And then the last thing we're going to do here is just summarize and close. So just summarize again by reiterating all their pains and points, kind of like, hey, this is everything that we talked about, and then refinalizing with your call to action. So that's our 7-step process to write VSLs. We literally follow that for all of our clients. I do that for all the videos that I create that generate so many leads for our businesses. It's literally such a core part of what we do. We run probably over 50% of our paid traffic to a VSL, and we're willing to pay up to $100 for a single email opt-in on it because we know the math behind it. When people go through and watch that video, it qualifies them, it warms them up, and they're finally ready to book a conversation without wasting our time. They come in educated, they come in motivated, and they come up pretty emotionally charged. So again, we follow this problem agitate solution to kind of generate the whole thing. And then after we go through that problem identification, offer identification, solution identification, then we really go into that 7-step process to actually script out the VSL. We write it out in a Word doc, and then I just go in and film it, and you're kind of looking at the end result. So that's all I've got for this one. Again, this is completely free information for you guys. If you do want access to the deck and the examples, there's a link below. It'll take you to a newsletter. Sign up, and I'm going to send you all this information. If not, thank you for joining. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.